Hey guys, Unc here with your new review. Today I've got a 3-light bathroom light in brushed nickel to review and install. So come on with me and let's go do it. Alright, let's take a closer look at the light. So first thing, they include some wire nuts for the wiring and some mounting screws and some white gloves. So when you're handling the glass so you don't get fingerprints on it. Here we have the glass bells. So yes, they are glass. Very pretty detail on them. Nice rounded edges here. Yep, we got all three of them. And here we have the light. So as I said, it is a 3-light light. And what I really like about it, it takes standard light bulbs. And of course we have the mounting plate and all the wiring. The finish is nice and even everywhere. So it should look great once mounted. All right, so that is the next step. There's really no assembly required for this one, but we are going to get a couple of things that we need to do before we get mounting. Okay, so I've got the bells over here, the glass bells, and I've got the light bulbs already ready. I've got the screws to mount it on the wall here. So the only thing that we really have to do to get this ready is we have to take out this bracket down here. This bracket is what goes mounted on the wall so we can mount the light. So first thing we got to do is we got to remove these blind nuts. Now the plate comes off. So this is the plate that we're going to be mounting on the wall. And that's really the only thing that we need to prepare. We need to get this off of the light and then mount it on the wall. All right. And of course, we're going to verify that all the wires here are ready. So it looks like we are ready to go. All right. So as I said, first thing we need to do is we need to mount this. And we need to see the orientation of these two screws here to where the light meets it. That's one thing to keep in mind. So you see the light has them straight up and down. So that's the positioning of these that we have to place. I'm using this, but you can use a regular screwdriver. That will work just fine. So these screws you don't want super tight, but you do want it tight enough where the plate doesn't move around very much. Now we're going to get the wiring ready, and this is pretty simple. So here we just go from black to black, white to white, and then the bare wire will go with the ground, okay, with the other bare wire. So really simple. It's also a good idea that when you're done putting in these wires, you tug on them to make sure that they are connected correctly, because you don't want to go ahead and finish everything, button everything up, and then realize that one of the wires came loose when you were trying to put everything together. And if you notice, I'm wrapping it to the right, so that way when I put the wire nut also goes to the right, so it keeps wrapping it. So here, there is plenty of room in this belt to cover the wires, so you don't need to tuck them very much. Okay, now we need to align 2 mounting screws with it. Yeah, so this is why I was saying that it was important on the orientation of those 2 screws there, because if you want this nice and level, you're gonna need them. So let's go ahead and put the lights on. So I'm just putting standard bulbs. Standard light bulbs are, more available and more affordable. All right, so that looks great. Let me go ahead and back you up a little bit, hit the light switch. Absolutely beautiful. All right, that does it for this review. Hope that helps. Till next time. So I'm just putting standard bulbs, but you can put, whichever bulbs you like. Again, for me, it's a big plus that it uses standard light bulb socket. Standard light bulbs are, more available and more affordable than the more expensive and fancier ones. All right, so that looks great. Let me go ahead and back you up a little bit and hit the light switch. All right, so the only thing left to do is to flip that light switch, and there we go. Absolutely beautiful. All right, that does it for this review. I hope that helps. Till next time.